Vicpothesis. So what in the Hades is going on? You know? So um, they breached I don't know what they breached, but the firewall should be Social Security, IRS, and the Treasury. The judicial system, who the hell knows what's going on there? Because even if they rule everything against the current illegal stuff that's going on, if there's no enforcement there, then what difference does it do? But my issue is with the VA stuff and the veterans, the shelf stuff. You know, come on. To serve them, what is it that the veterans, when they sign up and they raise their hand, they affirm or swear or state that they will, protect, defend, and the Constitution of this country of ours. But I guess it doesn't matter to anybody anymore, and the Constitution is nothing more than toilet paper to some people in this country. And they just trample on they don't want to get their rights trampled on, but so the whole thing, the veterans, they screw them around. They're trying to screw them around, and people that work in the veterans administrations who are veterans, so check it out. Back in the day, post offices, they hired the veterans, and the VA, they hired the veterans, which they should, and they did their time. They do whatever they have to do for this country, and then when they're done, they go out, and and that's it. But I'll tell you one thing, and I don't have an opinion on this either way. If they trampled on the guns rights, oh man, then everybody be up in arms. Then it's a different story. To let these yahoos carry guns around that no matter how well they're trained, until you're put in that situation that you have to pull the trigger looking at another human being, you don't know what it's like, and I don't know what it's like. So it's but if we mess with that, then everybody would be oh, blah blah blah. But you know what, that's next, my friends. Don't think it's not, because that's the game plan. If you don't know it, then you don't know it. And if you don't know it, then it's not a matter of attacking the uneducated. It's attacking the uninformed. You see? Because information is valuable. And if you don't believe me, look at everything they breached. Social Security numbers, banking numbers, routing numbers, addresses, voting statuses, everything that's personalized to you. The people in power now have breached it on. If you don't believe that, then you know what? Eat shit. Because that's what's going on. And if you can't see that, then you are uninformed. And what's waiting for me at the end of the line? Some gun nut, some fanatic. I really don't give a shit, because I got to speak the truth as I know it. And I'm gonna very seriously contemplate, and I'm gonna try to fill out every application I can, and see if I can cross all the T's and dot all the I's, and I'm gonna try to run for a representative of this state and this district too, and represent the people here. And now, even if I do that, it doesn't make a difference, because the people here have to hear me, and they would have to elect me. But if everybody's happy with the status quo, then be happy and stop bitching. But I'm not happy. And I'm not happy for other people. Not for me. I'm good. I'm golden either way. I am not worried about it either way. I'm set. So I can still buy bread and milk and eggs or meat, or grow vegetables in my backyard, whatever the hell. I'm good. So, but I am just, the people that are getting hurt out there. It's wrong. The farmers are getting hurt. They're going to take their land. The corporation is going to own it, and they're going to control the food supply, right? And the other people that are in the cities or suburbs, they're going to be beholden to them too because it's the food supply, right? And well, we don't have nobody to blame but ourselves. The people that helped this organization that we're involved with, or that we have to be involved with for those who voted for him. Because you know what, it's nothing more than a mob game, but these people don't know how to play it. There's a problem, and and they want to be dictators. Yeah, they are dictators. They're taters on a dick, or dicks on a tater, either way. But they're in no way, shape, or form know anything about organizational management, leadership, and it. So when if anybody ever hired anybody or was in that process or even applied for a job, there's certain benchmarks you have to meet or you won't get the job. And if you're interviewing somebody, there's certain things they have to say to you. And no way in Hades any of these people, well, there's some of them because, they do have some records that look clean. But there's no way in Hades that the people that do not have the clean records would have got hired in your organization or whoever's organization or even the organizations I used to work for. No way. And you know that and I know that. But for some reason, this cloud of despair, or I don't know what it is, and I really don't like to use racism, but I don't know. Are people that weak? That they can't see it's the divide and conquer thing? Because there's good people all over this world and all over this country, and there's good and great people that serve this nation of ours, that made it the greatest nation in the world. And now along comes somebody that says, "Oh, we're going to do this, that, and the other thing." Do you remember Reaganomics? Maybe not. Do you remember Bush, the first Bush? Do you remember the trickle down economics? It's at least it was an economic. Now it's just like trust in me. Trust in me. You're trusting another human. You might as well trust in the Satan, the adversary, because you know what? He's lying, the Satan, and you know what his game is, and you can trust in him, and you will get what you want, and then it'll all be good for you. But when you trust in somebody that just totally lies to you, and there's no good outcome, right? And they're all below their creator in the end, and that's all that matters. And that's why things will smooth out. But maybe I won't see them, maybe you won't see them, but your kids will see them, or maybe we will. But until we do something, or at least attempt to do what's the right thing, to do like our parents taught us, then we're not any better. And that's why I'm gonna make every effort I can to put my name on a ballot and then not get voted for, and still be pissed at everybody, because I've done other things before in the past that to prove a point that the people are full of shit, and that they talk a big game, but they can't. They won't. That's all they do is talk a big game. It's all rhetoric. So, the veterans are getting fucked around. That's all there is to it. 100%. And anybody argues with that, then they're full of it. And if there's some veterans out there that are so still pissed off at the world because of what happened to them, God bless them, because they got drafted. They didn't have a choice. And when they came back from combat and whatever happened to them, it was it was a smack in the face. I totally get that. But it wasn't me. It wasn't these people. It wasn't us. And so now they're going to make us feel the pain and suffering they felt as a teenager. I get it. But grow up. You did what you did. You fought the good fight, and people should give you respect and show appreciation for you. But now here's where we're at, and the maligning, the brainwashing, or the dictation of things that you want to hear that are not true. Right? How are they true? that it's just wrong. But I'm ranting, and I hope it connects with somebody or doesn't connect with somebody. I don't really care anymore. But that's what I'm going to do. And me and my 5 followers, like I care. I really don't care. I'm talking to the atmosphere. But, you know, two people can have the same thought around the world and be in two totally different types of situations in life. If you look at history and if you pick up a book and you read it and you don't listen to the garbage that's being spewed by people on the internet, and you could say that about me, but I'm not trying to get anything from you, because who am I? So I'm just speaking my truth, and that's it. Vicpothesis. I love you guys. Be good, and try to expand your mind, and know that the Creator is great, and know the Creator's in charge, not us. We have free will, but only to a certain extent. And if you don't, that's fine too. If you're a science person, then the forces of gravity and nature have control over you, and you can't do things. Because if you could fly. I mean, levitate yourself, or you can do this or that, but you can't. So there's always something else above us, below us, beside us, wherever that dictates what we can or cannot do. So there you have it. Vicpothesis. Have a great one. I'm a little frustrated, as you can tell. That's Vicpothesis. Good night.